It's basically for the like at first glance it is Assassin's Shroud, except the only difference being you deal more damage on break and you slow on attack. But it also gains stacks over time. I think it's only a maximum of 2 though. And like if you have 2 stacks, you can invis and then invis again. So
it's not a cooldown. It's literally like an ammo system.
Yeah, exactly. So you can invis, break it, hit someone, whatever, and then you can invis again. So it's really good for like those things when you see that one dude, he's got like 50 HP sitting with all his friends, but you don't want to like pop out, kill him, and then get shit on. So you just go in there, you can pop it,
you pop out,
and then you
do
can
the
go
thing
back
and then run away. I got you. Okay, so it's like a better Assassin's Shroud.
It's a really good item. I don't know if it's a viable pickup necessarily
because it's so expensive.
Because of its cost and because of not being the greatest for in-slot, because obviously hard agility carriers are going to want to get it.
Yeah, and I don't know, Assassin's Shroud never really seemed to be that viable just because it's so easily countered.
Yeah.
Like it's really good on like spike damage, like characters like Puppet Master.
Yeah.
But
or even channelers.
Channelers, true.
It's a channel and
true because it doesn't break channel.
But Assassin's Shroud and Ganjuros, while being like good items on paper, anything that's countered by 100 gold, 180 gold, 600 gold.
Invisibility is kind of a joke, like in competitive games.
Right.
It's a pain in the ass with pubs that don't want to buy wards or dust or anything.
Yeah, it's viable to stomp.
It is.
Like,
yeah.
You're not going to see like Night Hound.
Once people figure out you're invisible, they'll screw you up.
Anything involving Night Hound. Anything involving Night Hound. I really hate Night Hound. Anything involving invisibility.
Night Hound goes to a tea party. Tea party sucks.
Fucking Night Hound.
Okay, well that's pretty much it lately for new Heroes of Newerth. Oh, there was a new Avatar 4.
Wild Soul.
Arctic
Wild Soul. He's a polar bear. His bear's a polar bear. His scimitar becomes an axe when he ults.
Well, if you like
Wild Soul, then that's for you.
If you like sitting in the jungle for half an hour.
Yep, it's the only alt. So
sounds so fun. I want to play it in AOS, but I don't want to play a PvP AOS. I'm thinking of playing a PvE AOS. I think I'll choose a jungler. I'm just gonna jungle all game.
Rice is nice.
Never gonna come out.
Rice is nice.
I'm gonna come out
like playing 4v5.
I'm gonna come out with 6 Doombringers on my bear.
Which will then die. Give them all the Doombringers, and then the game will end.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't buy Doombringer or play Wild Soul.
So we're not really neither of us really play Realm of the Titans.
We played it for a little while.
We played it for a little while.
A little over the top.
It was a good game. But my problem with it was that it suffered from what I would call no, I don't want to sound racist here. What I would call like Eastern game development syndrome.
Yeah, it was very obviously Eastern Asian.
Yeah, it was like there's so many. It seemed like when they were developing the game, they were like, "Oh, look at these other games. That's cool. Let's put that in the game. That's cool."
And just make it Eastern Asian
without necessarily thinking about what that would imply.
Right.
So I'm wondering if a Chinese company could actually break through into this mainly mainly American genre.
Yeah, which is interesting too because the Chinese primarily play Dota
1. China owns in AOS. Pretty much every game they pick up, they dominate.
Except for Han, which is Sweden.
Sweden, yeah.
MSI is Swedish.
Yeah, well, regardless. They're picking up Dota 2 already. Right. They're already dominating Dota 2.
But you don't see much of anyone.
No, it's true. It's true. I think what Realm of the Titans really needs to do is they need to really think about their core mechanics. Some of it's really interesting. But I think they need to really think about their core mechanics and just cut away all the fluff.
Right.
Because there's so much fluff.
It definitely is a lot of clutter.
Yeah.
Not a lot of clutter, more based on aesthetics than there's balance, which is never a good thing.
And giant laser beams. It's very Chinese.
It's very shiny. I mean, it's fun. It's fun to play, but even for me, it's a little bit too much.
I can't really see it being competitive
like sensory
because there's so many laser beams.
It's hard to be Twitch on top of the ball when everything's like shiny in your grill.
Well, we're coming up to the half-an-hour mark, but just to close this all off, our first episode. I guess we're going to talk about how the AOS genre is overall currently. A lot of the AOS genre started off pay-to-play.
Yep.
You would buy Warcraft 3 or even StarCraft 1, which is where the AOS comes from, Iona Strife, which is a StarCraft 1 map. You would buy those games and then play them.
Yep.
And League of Legends, the guys behind League of Legends, Riot Games, decided, hey, this game, a lot of people want to play these games, why don't we try the free-to-play market? With all these different characters, we could make a lot of money, even if it was free.
Right.
So they've
which they did.
Unconditionally dominated the market. And I don't necessarily like the game, but they've unconditionally dominated
They've
the market.
definitely won with their business model because all their money comes from skins. You can buy heroes, well, not champions. You can't buy them early, but you can buy them on release for more money rather than in-game currency. And they've since being bought out by the Chinese company, they've increased all of their prices. Like there used to be a fluctuation in prices, some were cheaper, some more expensive. Now they're all the same price.
They're all the same price,
which is the highest price that they had. So that's something taken into consideration there.
But Heroes of New Earth, the Dota, it was pretty much a Dota clone. It started off as a Dota clone. It's kind of become separate.
Copy paste that in its earliest
stages.
But
it used to cost $30, which was most games cost $60 these days. It was half the price of a normal game.
Value because
we've been playing it for years. And it's a fantastic game. And we bought it on sale. We're kind of cheaters. We bought it on sale for $10. But we still paid. We got legacy accounts. And recently, last year, I think last summer. Last summer, around that time, Heroes of New Earth S2 Games decided to go free-to-play.
As well.
And they pretty much took on the exact same model of League of Legends.
You know, there's the larger hero pool. You can play a set amount of them every week.
But they also have a way to get money from legacy players like us in the early, what's it called, the EA system? I forget what it stands for.
Early access.
Early access system, where they release a hero, and you can use real money to play that hero for what, 3 months, something like that.
Until it comes out 3 weeks.
3 weeks. 3 weeks. Excuse me, 3 weeks.
They used to release a hero every 2 weeks, and it'd be free to play. And then they were releasing one free hero and one not free, and one EA hero every week. And now every hero is EA.
Yeah. So pretty much what EA means is you can pay real money to play them early.
Right. There is no in-game currency function. It
has to be for EA. And then eventually they are released into the free-to-play market, but.
If you're fed up with just playing the same old heroes, then it takes, you know.
I'm interested to see whether Dota 2 will be free to play or not. I hope it's not. I hope it's pay to play.
Just because so that limited content, even if it's free, is frustrating.
Dota has like 100+ characters. I don't want to be paying $5 to play each character.
Like 8 of them,
Exactly.
No.
And there's like. No,
you'd be seeing the same matchups.
Exactly. I would much rather just plop down between 30 to $60. I would probably pay I don't know if I'd pay $60 necessarily, just because I can go play Dota 1.
Right.
But I would pay money to play the game, and if I just had everything all open, even if it had an item shop.
Right. Which seems to be. I mean, that's how S2's making their money, and that's how League's making their money.
If they had an item shop, that'd be fine. But a $40 game with an item shop be fantastic. Just
heroes unlocked.
Give me all the heroes and all the maps, and just make me buy hats or some shit. It's Valve, you know what I mean? They could be anything. You could buy Santa hats for your characters. That'd be cool. The second thing I wanted to talk about was whether pretty much every popular AOS right now is a clone of Dota.
Right.
I don't mean to get your panties all in a bunch, but fucking every game is like Dota in every way.
They're styled after.
Exactly. They're all based on Dota.
It's not even a knock on the game. It's
Dota is popular. There's a reason for that. But I'm wondering, do you think it could be possible for another game to make an AOS that isn't like Dota? Not even necessarily a different type of game, like Bloodline Champions is obviously a big deviation from the norm. But even if it had 4 lanes instead of 3, or just something interesting that isn't very Dota-like.
I mean, I think at this point it's unlikely, both because it would be attributed as a Dota clone, just regardless, and the competition is big now. You know, primarily Han, Dota 2, and
we're not in Warcraft anymore.
Yeah. You know, now there's market competition for it.
Okay, so you think they would just create another one, or do you think they would? I mean, what are you? I
think they might just stay away from it at all.
Oh, okay,
the only one we know of is Blizzard, and that let's face it, that's not going anywhere.
Yeah, Blizzard
Dota.
AOS. Blizzard Dota, not really.
No.
It's like a mod for StarCraft 2. I don't even know why they're doing it.
Yeah, and the other games that are out are already so well cemented that they just won't be knocked out.
Well, that actually brings up our last point. Why do you think Demigod failed?
Because it's bad. Demigod is bad. Don't buy it. Don't watch it. Don't watch videos about it. Don't listen to us talk about it. It's a bad game.
We never actually bought the game, but I was interested because it looks fantastic. The graphics are really good. I'm twitching back and forth. The graphics are really good. But it eventually was it was a failure. It didn't sell many copies. A lot of people pirated it. I would have to say it's because they don't understand what we want from an AOS.
Yeah.
They released the game with 8 heroes. Dota at the time had 94 heroes, something ridiculous.
Yeah, that's just bad. I mean, it's like it's the opposite of a butterface. It's pretty on the outside, ugly on the inside, filled with maggots and bad.
And I looked at the Wikipedia, and most AOS have at least 4 abilities.
Right.
These guys had like 30, but 99% of them were passive.
Right.
It was like, do I want my attacks to like cleave, or do I want my attacks to like stun?
And eventually, they'll cleave and stun.
I'm just gonna right-click win. I'm playing Master Yi all up in this bitch.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. So, yeah, I wouldn't necessarily suggest you play that.
I mean, check it out if you want to go like.
But hey,
angry video game nerd.
You know what? You know what? Every single game besides Dota 1 is free to play right now. If you can get into the Dota 2 closed beta, do it. It's fantastic. If you like WoW arenas, go play Bloodline Champions. If you like a little bit more casual AOS, play League of Legends.
Yeah, you know, if you don't have much time and you want a fairly, well, I don't know about good community, but a better community.
Yeah, they're not all assholes. If you're a really if you're an asshole, if you're a really hardcore player, pick up Heroes of Newer.
If you're over competitive, kind of a douchebag, and you can take the like, endless just trolling. And if it's a good game, the community's just shit.
If you're Chinese, play Dota 1.
There's no choice.
Oh, and don't play Realm of the Titans. I mean, I guess you could, but...
If you want to be Chinese.
That's it for us, guys.
Demigod's bad.
We'll see you guys next Monday. This episode's a little late. It's delayed by a day, but we'll be up next Monday.
We should be on time next time. We'll sort it all
I
out.
hope so. If not, whatever, we'll let you guys know. And this is Tom and Noah signing off for our first episode of the AOS Station.
You're the motherfucking greatest.
I hope you guys enjoyed it.